Another nice, beautiful day in New York. Thank goodness. Are there any speakers, public speakers today?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We have one member of the public registered to speak today. As a reminder, we ask that all public speakers keep their mask on even when speaking and adhere to the MTA's rules of conduct and decorum. First speaker will be Murray Bowden.
Good morning, Murray.
You have to know, I can't understand the words you're saying when you're saying with a mask on. So if you don't want me to understand what you're saying, you continue to wear a mask.
I'll say it again.
Yes,
Good morning, Murray.
This is my... There are many people, as I have discovered, who cannot understand the words when they're spoken through a mask. And I make an issue of it because Americans with Disability Act requires that you provide me so I can hear and understand what you're saying. Now, I understand what the governor said, but it cannot oppose my ability and hundreds of people like me to understand the words you're saying. I'm 88. I'm being treated for dementia. My body's falling apart. And I will not, because you can't do a lot to me. You can't arrest me because your interpretation is not correct. I read the regulations. I read exactly what she said. And I know that the Americans with Disability Act requires me to be provided with something I can hear. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff here prepared to say. When you greet people, the first thing he says, "How are you?" Which is absolutely improper today. You want me to tell the truth or you want me to lie? What you should be saying is, "Glad to see you." And until you can begin to change the way you greet,
Please conclude
why do you
your remarks.
expect anybody else to change?
Thank you. Mr. Chair, that concludes the public comment.
Okay. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of the November Bridges and Tunnel Committee meeting. Are there any changes in the Bridges and Tunnel Committee work plan?
Yes. Annually in December meeting, the B&T Committee work plan for the following year is proposed, and then any changes are approved in the January meeting. B&T's proposed 2022 work plan starts on page 9 of the committee book and has been updated with the following changes to the committee's agenda. The November 2021 financial report will be reported in January of 2022, and the EEO report for Bridges and Tunnels is not included in this month's committee materials. I've been advised that there will be a MTA-wide EEO report provided by the Department of Diversity and Civil Rights at the Diversity Committee.
Thank you. Let me get a vote on the minute. Thank you.
So, Mr. Chair, I'm going to start my my comments.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, Dan, you're set.
Thank you. So good morning and welcome to the December 2021 MTA Bridges and Tunnels Committee meeting. As we approach the year's end, I would like to start by thanking all TBTA employees. Despite another challenging year, our B&T workforce once again exceeded expectations. Our employees kept our businesses running while maintaining safety mitigations, demonstrating a high level of service as traffic returned to near pre-pandemic levels and worked through extreme weather events such as Hurricane Ida. Some other notable achievements of 2021 were lower collision rates than in 2019, even as traffic increased to pre-pandemic levels throughout the year. This was a result of traffic flow improvements implemented by our C&D partners and facility teams, and collision mitigation efforts by our managers and all employees out in the field. We also made it easier for our customers to pay tolls and manage their accounts via the multi-award-winning Tolls NY app, which now has more than 1.2 million downloads and more than 200,000 active users, and also has collected over $100 million through the app. I would also like to extend gratitude to B&T Acting Chair David Mack, our committee and board members, for your support throughout the year, individually and collectively. I also like to thank Acting Chair Jano Lieber for his strong leadership and support to B&T. So again, thanks to all of our employees at TBTA for their work this year, and I wish everyone a safe, healthy, and happy new year, and look forward to working with everyone in 2022. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
So now for some operational news. Thanks to our C&D partners for completing the latest stage of construction on the Throgs Neck Bridge deck replacement project before the holiday rush, having successfully transitioned to a winter hiatus configuration with 3 lanes operating in both directions during peak times. I would also like to acknowledge the recent retirement of Anne-Marie Bressler, our Vice President of Intelligent Transportation Systems and Tolling. There's no easy way to sum up the substantial contributions of such an employee to our business operations and to the spirit of our agency. Anne-Marie's expertise and deep knowledge of the tolling industry is unparalleled, but she will be missed for so much more than that. Anne-Marie was an all-in, no matter what the task, and a steadfast member of the TBTA family. We wish her the very best in her new chapter. And I'm also pleased to announce that Nicola Angel, Assistant Vice President of CBD Tolling Program, has been designating Acting Vice President of the ITS and Tolling Department. And finally, I would be remiss if I failed to acknowledge the recent acknowledgement that the late Gil Hodges will be introduced into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Since 1978, he has been our namesake to our Marine Parkway Gil Hodges Memorial Bridge, which links Brooklyn to Rockaway. Therefore, we at B&T take great pride in this long overdue honor, and we warmly congratulate the Hodges family. So if you look on your screen, we got this unbelievable photo from our archive, taken April 4th, 1978, at the renaming of the bridge. In the picture, you see in the wheelchair, that's Brooklyn Dodgers great Roy Campanella. We also have former MTA Chair Harold Fisher, and then Governor Hugh Carey, which is another namesake of our UL Carey Tunnel. So again, like I said, this is an unbelievable photo. And what got me was the Little League, Gil Hodges Little League in 1978. I could have been in that picture as I played for Gil Hodges. I was probably in the background somewhere, but I found the photo. I had those same exact uniforms, so it touched me. So congratulations to the Hodges family. I'm going to ask my mom for a picture, and I'll throw it in there. If there's no questions, I'd like to turn it over to the Operating Agency Vice President and Chief of Operations, Rich Hildebrand, for the report on operations.
Thank you, Dan, and good morning, everyone. The report on operations in this month's committee materials begins on page 15. As the region continues its navigation through the COVID-19 pandemic, B&T's traffic numbers continue to reflect the resiliency throughout our service area in October of 2021. Paid vehicular traffic in October of 2021 was 28.1 million vehicles, which is 0.1% lower or 0.1 million fewer vehicles than in the same month of 2019. Traffic in October was 14.9% higher than it was in the same month of last year, during which B&T saw 24.4 million paid crossings. For November of 2021, preliminary B&T traffic was 0.3% lower than it was in 2019, and year-to-date it's been about 7% lower than in 2019. Easy Pass market share remains high, with 94.7% of B&T's total traffic. This is consistent with 2020, but slightly lower than 2 years ago. As we close out 2021 and move into the new year, I would like to thank my entire team within B&T's operations department for their hard work and dedication during this challenging year. Through the efforts of our frontline staff and the managerial forces, we continue to coordinate and command our operations workforce. We were able to continue to deliver the highest level of service to our customers. I'd also like to thank the operations partners within B&T's core functions and our partners within the many departments of MTA headquarters who support us in our mission. I wish everyone a peaceful, safe, healthy, and happy holiday season and a very happy new year. And this concludes my report on operations for this month. Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. If there's no questions, I'd like to turn it over to, yes, sure.
I've just a kind of question on page 29. So that's part of the operations report, right? That's the. And let me just ask this question, and I'm just really asking this as a piece of information. That it seems to me there's incredibly interesting data there, which shows this is what shows your total ridership. You need to get closer to that. Thanks. This is what shows your total ridership is virtually the same as what it was back at the in October of 19, and it shows that Easy Pass is also about the same, while non-Easy Pass is higher, and passengers are also higher. So, but what I'm actually asking is not the specific of these numbers, but have you is there same type of chart by facility, so that, for instance, what is happening at the Verrazano and what is happening? Because it seems to me that would be a very useful piece of demographic information to look at, and may explain where people are moving from mass transit into cars. And I'm just wondering whether there's a lot of very useful data that's buried in that that could be looked at and would be useful for planning. So it's just a question, and it struck me as I looked at this and saw what was going up and what was going down, that really there could be a granular look at that data that could be very helpful.
No, that's a great question. That's something that we look at. There's pieces of that in the book on different pages is regarding individual facilities and the percentage of Easy Pass versus tolls by mail, and also the traffic numbers compared to 2019. And we also do a deeper dive when we look at the, like post Labor Day, we really took a deeper dive with our operating departments regarding where we're seeing the traffic, where's the ups and downs.
Yep. So it might just be useful, and maybe
Yes.
it's there and I just didn't see it, but a chart going across by facility, just like this chart, but would have it by facility and seeing what's happening over time.
Yeah, we're right now, actually, the whole MTA is looking at all the committee books and all the board materials, and that's something that we could look at to see what we have in the book and see where we can, make it a little better like you described.
Thank you.
That would be easy, no problem.
So thank you. If no other questions, I'm going to turn it over to Vice President and Chief Safety Officer Eric Osnes for the report on safety.
Thanks, Danny. The October report continues to show performance metrics to be generally positive. B&T safety report highlights include the following. Customer collision rates remain steady over the past 12 months compared to the previous 12 months. B&T's 2021 total collision rate was 3.96 per million vehicles, 38% better than in 2019 and 13% better than last year. The 2021 collision with injury rate was 0.65 per million vehicles, 27% better than in 19 and 13% better than last year. Employee safety metrics for over the last 12-month period, the employee lost time injury rate in October 2021 was 6.1 incidents, that's per 200,000 hours worked, reflecting a slight increase as compared to 2020 and 2019. If there are no questions, that concludes the report.
Thank you, Eric. If no questions, I'll turn it over to Brian Walsh for procurements.
Thank you. Good morning. Procurement start on page 47 of the committee book. There are 3 competitively solicited public works design build procurements this month. There are no non-competitive items or ratifications. First is for the design build services for project RK23D/RK83 for a new pedestrian walkway and fender system rehabilitation at the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge in the negotiated amount of $45.6 million. and to be awarded to Walsh Construction Company 2, LLC. The new walkway will extend from the Harlem River lift span to the borough of Manhattan and connect to the future East River Greenway project being constructed by New York City. Second is for design-build services for project HH36, electrical power resiliency, utility and building improvements at the Henry Hudson Bridge in the negotiated amount of $35 million, and to be awarded to EJ Electric Installation Company. Third is for design-build services for project MP09 for the replacement of the tower elevator systems and miscellaneous repairs at the at the Marine Parkway Gil Hodges Memorial Bridge in the negotiated amount of $18.2 million, and to be awarded to Kiewit Infrastructure Company. The total of these procurements totals $98.7 million, and I move them.
Can I have a motion to approve? Motion. Second? All in favor? Thank
Hey,
you.
David, I have a question. It's Kevin.
Oh, yes.
Hey, how are you? Just a question on the RFK Bridge. Have we ever had a pedestrian walkway before, or is this something brand new and that will allow people to go from one end to the other?
Kevin, we have a walkway on the bridge. This is going to enhance what we have currently.
Got it. Thank you.
Unless there are any other questions, these procurements are described in detail in the enclosed staff summaries.
We did the
Motion's
motion.
approved.
Motion's approved. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brian. So the Bridge and Tunnels staff summary for 2021 November forecast and the final proposed budget for 2022 and the four-year financial plan for 2022 through 2025 is included in your committee materials as an informational item. There is no action required today by the committee on these items. These items will be further discussed and voted on by the full board on Wednesday, December 15th for final board approval. The appropriate staff are available from the consolidated MTA financial area to answer any questions if you have today. If there are no questions, this concludes the B&T's report.
Thank you, Dan. I just want to wish everyone happy holidays, safe, healthy ones. And can I get a motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you all again.
Thank you.